I want to go back to the time of segregation. No, I'm playing. Hey, welcome back to Hot Topics TV / BrainFLoTv. Listen, let's have a discussion. This conversation is not for everybody. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Click the link in, click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a new video goes up on BrainFLoTv / Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. By the way, I have another channel on YouTube that's called SoFLoTv, SOUFLOTV. You might not know it. Has over 300 and something thousand subscribers, and I go live daily there too. So go check out my other channel, hit the subscribe button over there, and help a brother to grow. You know what I mean? Well, let's get into the topic this morning. Whoo! Here we go. Remember, I told you this conversation ain't for everybody. So check your attitudes at the door. Check your disrespect at the door. Just listen to what a brother got to say, and if you have something constructive to say it in the comment section below. I'll meet you there with a reply, probably. All right. Now, I'm scrolling social media and I come across Shade Room. And Shade Room puts up Lupita Nyong'o and Joshua Jackson. They're spotted out, booed up on the beach. Ain't nothing wrong with that, right? This is Lupita Nyong'o and Joshua Jackson. It's breaking the internet right now as we speak. I'm old school. I'm going to put my phone up here so you can see it. There you go. Yeah. Go right in there so you could get a good look at it. Shout out to the Shade Room. I got it from them. This is Lupita Nyong'o and Joshua Jackson, and if you scroll one of these ways, I believe there are more photos of them. There they go, looking like that. Yeah, so they're not just walking side by side and people can say, well, they're probably just friends. They're obviously romantically involved, right? Right. Okay, here we go. They're holding hands and yeah, they're having a good time on the beach. Again, shout out to the Shade Room. I know other people will have the same footage, but I got it from the Shade Room, and also it has the Shade Room's brand on it. So I shout out to the Shade Room. Now let's have this conversation. Some of the comments are killing me. Here are some of the comments. There are almost 20,000 comments already. And this just got posted. 20,000 comments. Check it. Here are some of the comments. One says, where's the backlash? Now I know for a fact, y'all ain't effing SHIT. Don't ever open y'all mouth at a black man dating outside his race again. Y'all full to the brim with SHI. Okay, a brother is frustrated. Because every time you see a brother with a Caucasian sister or a Caucasian woman, you know, sister's got a lot to say. But every time we see a sister with a Caucasian man, we're not supposed to say anything. And the sisters cheer that sister along like she just won an Olympic prize, like she just won gold at the Olympics, right? Another person says, this is a black woman. And she says, sorry, but I love when white men love black women. Starry love eyes. Something about it. And don't no one come at me. My mouth is crazy. I'll tell you about your whole family and their insides. Don't F with me. And another black sister said, we share the same mouth. I just love when white men love black women. I saw somebody did a skit, right? And the skit was a white guy said, I'm a white man. I love black women. And then there was this black woman on the side, and she was like, Oh, thank you, white man. Thank you. Thank you for validating my existence. Thank you for loving me. Thank you, white man, for making me feel worthy. Thank you, white man, for accepting me in your presence, for making me feel like I'm somebody. Thank you, white man. Thank you. And I thought to myself, damn, there's a lot of sisters that actually feel that way. Now, what the hell could have caused this? You know, I was in the military for a while and I traveled extensively. And I remember being in Germany, right? And I remember a white woman said to me, she said, black men could never be, no other man could ever be more beautiful to her than the white man. But she was married to a black soldier. So I said to her, I said, damn, if your husband heard that, he must have all kinds of effed up kind of feelings because he's a black man. She said, listen, there's nothing offensive about what I said. My father is white. My brothers are white. My uncles are white. My grandfathers on both sides are white. I have all white men in my family. So for me to ever say that the most beautiful men are outside of the men that I come from, that's a disrespect to my lineage, to the men that I come from. I can find beauty in everybody. Like I find beauty in my husband, who is not white, obviously is black. But for me to say he is more beautiful than any white man, like the men I come from, like my dad, my brother, my cousins, then that would be a big disrespect to my people. And I thought to myself, and I said, that is damn fair. So let's flip that around. And let's say it this way. As a black man, I find beauty in everybody, in every race on the face of the earth. I find beauty, right? But I think there's something wrong when someone says, oh my God, white men are just the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth. But you're black. And you come from black men. Like your daddy is a black man, all your brothers are black men, your uncles are black men, your whole lineage, your grandfathers on both sides are black men, your great-grandfathers on both sides are black men, and you suddenly got here about 20-something years on earth, and you're like, oh, the most beautiful thing on earth, a white man. And I just love when a white man loves a black woman. It's just something about it. And don't come for me and don't say nothing to me because my mouth is crazy and I'll send you places and I'll tell you about your family inside out. Wow. Is it that serious? Is it that serious? Let's talk about Lupita Nyong'o. Okay. I don't follow Lupita Nyong'o, but her stuff pops up on social media and I see it. And I saw it was trending where she was traveling through the continent of Africa. And apparently, I don't know if she had ever been there before. I think it was her first time there, going from different countries. A lot of you don't even know that Africa is not a country. It's a continent with many countries. Okay, so she was traveling through different countries on the continent of Africa. And I thought to myself, damn, sister is having the time of her life. This is something I hope to do. It's on my bucket list, right? Okay, then she started making these posts where she started saying she was so hurt and deeply disappointed after she found out certain things. And it turns out the certain things she found out, she came back pushing a narrative that basically the way she put it and phrased it was that black people were responsible for slavery, for chattel slavery in the Western world, because it was Africans who were selling their own people to outsiders, and that's how the slave trade started and was fueled. Now, that's the biggest lie that's being told right now, and it's a dangerous lie because what it does is it takes away the blame from the people who actually perpetuated this crime. And it puts the blame on the victims, right? So if we all walk around saying, the white man didn't do anything, he had no part in slavery, he took an advantage of an opportunity because he saw us selling us. So he said, hey, let's go build this new world with these strong people that their own kind are selling, which is a lie. What that does in one sense is it allows women, us men, to look at these people as blameless, right? So you will love them more now because you look at them as blameless. You won't hold them accountable for anything that happened. Matter of fact, stop asking for reparations because nothing happened to you. You did it to yourself. Very dangerous. Let me explain in a nutshell what happened. So, the strangers came. And when the strangers came to the continent, the strangers came bearing gifts. And the gifts that they had were not things that we had. Gunpowder, rifles, stuff like that. We didn't have those, right? We didn't have those because we didn't want those before. We didn't develop those. Different people develop different things. They developed those weapons of mass destruction kind of things. So when they came with it, we welcomed them in. As you can see, even to today, the way we are is, oh, he's invited to the barbecue. Oh, she's invited to the barbecue kind of thing. Just don't bring the potato salad with the raisins in it. I'll make the potato salad, but you cool. You invited to the barbecue. We invite everybody to the barbecue. So they were brought in and they came in and they said, hey, we have these and we'll exchange with you. And we started doing trading, bartering kind of thing, right? And they were in our place and they learned our ways. They said to us, hey, we're heading west. There's a new world that we're building and we need labor for this new world. Give us your best, your strongest, and we'll bring you back more things, more trinkets, more this, more that, more of these things that you don't have, right? You'll be rich and you'll have all these things. And people started willingly going, not knowing what they were heading to. It's like going overseas for a job, and then when you get there, you thought you were coming to be a bartender, and now they got you naked in the club, and they're strip, take your clothes off, dance to the music, strip, get your ass up and strip, and you're like, whoa, this ain't what I signed up for, right? So over time, they would come back for more people, and they kept coming back for more people, and then the people on the ground on the continent started saying, no, we're not sending any more people because you haven't brought back the people that you left with before. And we sent more and you didn't bring them back either, and more and you didn't bring them back. Start sending some of our people back so they can tell us what's happening on the other side, and then we'll continue here. And this is when the guns came out. And they were like, you know what? Move out the way. Shackle him, chain him, give us them, load them up now on this. So it went from something friendly turned into that. Not to mention, slavery had always existed on the continent and it still does. But the slavery there was when tribes went to war, because we are tribal people and tribes have always warred against tribes. When tribes went to war, the enemy tribe, when you captured them, they were brought into your slavery. And then they were allowed to work their way back out of servitude, back to freedom. So, and they were never robbed of the idea of who their God is, their ancestral lineage, their names, etc., right? Chattel slavery was different. Africans were stripped of everything. That is why most of us bear British names or English names, and that is why most of us worship this thing that looks like is supposed to be Jesus, which is the popular picture is that of a white man, right? So we were indoctrinated, brought that way, but it was through violence that happened. It wasn't willingly. Now, there were tribes that were warring, and the tribes that were warring, they would do the old divide and conquer trick, which is they would enter the continent, they would figure out Hutus warring against Zulus. Let me see. Let me jump on the side of the Hutus, give them all the guns and ammunition so they could overthrow the Zulus, and then we'll go in after and pick up the pieces and enslave whoever is left. And that's exactly what they did. It's called the old divide and conquer rule, which is still done today in different ways. So for Lupita Nyong'o to be traveling the continent and came back thinking that that is exactly what happened, and now I see her booed up with a white dude, I'm like, hey, he's completely blameless in her mind. It wasn't him. his ancestors that did anything. It was her own people, her own self to blame, her own people self to blame of themselves that happened to us, kind of thing, which again I said is a dangerous narrative. Here's the thing. We live in a world of free choice, okay? And I'm not by a long shot a person who believes, oh, you must only stick to your race or stick to one kind. I'm not Dr. Umar Johnson. I don't believe that. I believe you go where you are appreciated, not tolerated. I believe you go where you are loved, not hated. So if the love is flowing from the white side, then you'll find me over with the white folks. If the love is flowing, and I'm speaking about relationship-wise, if I fall in love with a white woman because she loves me and respects me the way I, as a man, want to be loved and respected, then so be it, right? Life is short to be sitting around, oh, I hope I'm looking for this one perfect black woman to love me the way I need to be loved, and you never find that. And the universe keeps presenting love to you in different forms, whether she is Asian or black or African or Afrocentric or European or Eurocentric, whatever you want to call it these days with all these tags and titles. At the end of the day, we're all human beings in my book, right? But the narrative becomes dangerous when you start to think that one side is better than the other, especially when you start to see beauty in others more than you see beauty in yourself. To me, that's a part where you've slipped off into psychosis. Yeah. If you can look at everybody else and you can say, oh, they're so beautiful, they're flawless, gorgeous people, their physical attributes, look at the eyes, look at their nose, look at their mouth, look at their lips, look at their bodies, look at their this, and you literally look at their hair texture and their hair, and you worship literally everything about them. And then you look at you and your kind, and you're like, I don't like our hair. Our lips too big. I don't like our nose, it's too broad. Yeah. I don't like our body, too much ass. I don't like our this, I don't like our that. I don't like our skin tone, it's too dark. I need some bleaching cream to lighten that. I don't like our eye color. I need some blue contact lens to make mine look like the people who I actually admire. Then you've gone into the deep end where it's not healthy, right? Right. This is why I said this conversation ain't for everybody, because not everybody is ready to accept this. This ain't racism, and this ain't what we're preaching, and we don't preach racism. I'll give you a true life story about myself. I was with a black queen for a while. That was my first wife. Had my first 2 children with her. I specifically chose her because she was dark skinned like this. And I wanted the darkest and the thickest lips and the broadest nose and just so Afrocentric looking with the natural hair that everybody calls nappy and whatever. And I went for that and I found it and I loved it, right? After that relationship ended, I was so bitter, I went to a white woman. And I found love there too. But check it out. The black woman didn't do wrong as in cheating. She wasn't that type. And that relationship didn't end because she cheated. That relationship ended because she became somebody completely different throughout that time that we were together, right? She became disrespectful, started calling me out my name, speaking to me in a disrespectful tone, all this stuff, and there was no way of fixing it. She decided that she was just going to do her own thing and I was supposed to just hang around. And I thought, nah, I can't live like this, and I don't want to raise boys with a woman, and this is the example that I set, that a man is supposed to be subservient and disrespected and take it and all of that. So we parted ways. Now when we parted ways, I was bitter because that was the most beautiful person I'd ever seen, right? And I went the complete opposite way. And when I went the complete opposite way, I found love there too. But guess what? I wasn't ready for the love that was coming from there either. And that love was coming from a white woman. Someone who would never raise her voice at me higher than I would. Someone who would never call me out my name. Someone who catered to me in every way. She wouldn't even get up off the couch and go to the kitchen for a drink of water for herself without asking me, honey, do you need something from the kitchen? I would say, nah, babe, I'm good. every time she does it, and she'll do it like 10 times in 1 hour. She catered to the point where I'm being so not used to being treated because I'm coming from abuse, where I turned around one day and I said, listen, stop that. Why do you keep doing that? If I want a drink, I could go get up and get a drink for myself. Not realizing what I was doing, right? So I ended up losing that relationship too. So I'm a person who has, and I was married to that white woman as well. So I'm a person who has 2 failed marriages there, one from a white woman, one from a black woman, and I could specifically explain how both of them went and why each one ended the way it ended. End of the day, let's put it like this. I'm not a person who is saying don't love on a white person if a white person is giving you true and genuine love. That's not what I'm saying. I am saying that you cannot go around finding finding beauty in others more than you find beauty in yourself and your own kind. When you start to worship everything about others and start to hate everything about yourself or dislike everything about yourself and the people you come from, that's when you've crossed the line. Love on who you want to love on, right? And go where you are loved and appreciated. But don't go over there and start cursing who you come from because one person from that side has accepted you on that side. You see what I'm saying? All right. I'm going to leave this conversation right here. And I want you to leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one. What do you think about Lupita Nyong'o and the internet breaking 20,000 comments in no time just on Shade Room alone because she is seen out with a white guy and people are having a field day. The brothers are saying, damn, when we seen with the other than black female, our sisters, they got a lot to say. But as soon as we see them with other than a black man, we're supposed to shut up. And they have support from all the same sisters who keep saying it's wrong when we do it. I want to hear what your narrative is. And please don't bring that tired ass narrative about black men love white women love white men love black women better than black men do. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. I'll catch you in the comment section below. It's BrainFLoTv over here at BrainFLoTv, which we call Hot Topics TV. You already know if the topic is hot, we're on it. I'm out. Peace.